The WGCI crew, Kyle, Kendra G, and Leon, they really got into it with him in an interview. They were lucky enough to have him in studio there. And Kyle attempted to get an answer from Kanye about the Kardashians. Really candid stuff here. Take a listen.
A lot of people felt like we lost you to the Kardashian family. And I don't know if I've ever heard you address that people feel like that. How do you feel about people feeling that way about you?
Well, actually, it's an extended, well, the Kardashians are an extended piece of my family and our family. I want to touch on something because, you know,
now, see, to me, this was the most poignant moment of the interview. And I'm going to tell you why I think this. When mentioned the Kardashians, he could have gone a lot of ways. He could have got defensive. He could have gave a canned answer. What he said there, which we didn't get a chance because it was a longer shot, and he took, obviously, his time there.
Yeah,
this
we
is
don't have all day.
TV, times of the essence. You say that to me all the time with my thoughts here. But what he's saying here is the Kardashians, they have a familial unit. They're an extension of him that he hasn't had since he's lost his mom. And when somebody comes at Kim or Khloe or Kourtney, they all rally behind each other, those Kardashians, and protect them against Hollywood. It's the Kardashians as a team versus Hollywood. Kanye's like, I got to maneuver through this world by myself. So when somebody questions my blackness, when somebody questions my health, when somebody questions my allegiance with Trump, my talent, if I'm as good as Drake, I have to address all these things and maneuver through these worlds all by myself, and that takes a toll. And that was the most relatable thing I've heard from Kanye throughout this entire thing, is him basically saying, you guys don't get it. It can overwhelm me, and sometimes I do succumb to it. And he mentioned how he wished he still had his manager who lives here in Chicago, Don C., that if he had Don C., he wouldn't have fallen into what he's fallen into. I thought it was incredibly real from Kanye.
I also feel like, because that was one thing he brought up, which I kind of felt like that was passing the buck. He was saying if he needed his manager, Don C., like in this world, you can only be responsible for yourself.
Yeah, but when you get outside yourself, who do you go to? When Felicia's acting
You do
up,
go to your support system.
Your mother, your husband, your friends.
I will definitely understand that. You do go to your support system. But I also can't blame my husband or my mother for any of my actions.
Preach it.
So, I mean, I am certainly 100% sympathetic. I'm a Kanye fan. I'm from Chicago. I'm from the South Side. He means a lot to me. And so does his health and his personal being. I want to see him be successful. I think my biggest takeaway is what he said about Chicago and coming back, being present and helping, and just standing up for showing what he stands for, which is success out of this city, which is important. So I am looking forward to his health. I'm looking forward. I'm always ready for a good comeback. You guys, I know I talk about a second chance. So Kanye, you know, I'm still a fan. A cautious fan, if that makes sense.
You know, I think it was nice to see, and I'm like I said, I'm not a huge fan of him personally, but when somebody asked about his family, and you were talking about how it was just him, and the Kardashians, he even said, and Kanye has a huge ego, and they said, your family, and he said, my family, and he stopped, and he thought, no, our family.
Yeah,
so that was
powerful.
really nice. You could tell that he kind of had to hold something back there, and that he was really taking it in and kind of just absorbing that he has this extended family now, and that's wonderful to have that support system. And without your family, you're nobody. You cannot get by without your family in life.
100%.